And the race is on in the Lamb Home South Tampa Bay Derby. Got away to a good start. OWEN Almighty to the inside. Brodeur flashing good early speed, and Patch Adams wants to join the party up on the outside. It's Brodeur and OWEN Almighty. They're 1-2. Patch Adams to the outside away third. Naughty Rascal, Chancer McPatrick, they're fourth and fifth. Just in behind them, Filoso had to tap on the brakes momentarily from that sixth position, and Hill Road takes up his spot at the back of affairs early on as OWEN Almighty and Irad Ortiz Jr. going to cut the corner now a length in front. In the second spot goes Brodeur. Chancer McPatrick stays toward the inside. Patch Adams right to that one's outside. They're third and fourth. At about 3 off the leaders, they move on to the back stretch. Naughty Rascal. Patch Adams looked like he maybe got out a little bit there. Lost a spot to Naughty Rascals. Now back fifth. 23 and 4 was the opening quarter mile time for OWEN Almighty, who takes him up the back stretch. Some mild pressure from Brodeur right to that one's outside. They're length in front of Chancer McPatrick. Patch Adams now back in gear up on the outside of Naughty Rascal. They're together at fourth and fifth. The two at the back, Hill Road and Filoso. 48 seconds flat for the opening half mile. OWEN Almighty, Irad Ortiz Jr., Brodeur, Jose Ortiz, brothers at war past the 3/8 pole. They're a length and a half in front of Chancer McPatrick, who's biding his time toward the inside. Filoso starting to launch up on the outside of Patch Adams. They're racing together out wide. Chancer McPatrick going to need a seam. OWEN Almighty brings him around to the top of the stretch. Brodeur, Patch Adams 3 wide. Filoso on the far outside. Chancer McPatrick still waiting for that seam to arrive as OWEN Almighty turns him in. OWEN Almighty to the 8th pole. 2 lengths in front of Chancer McPatrick, who tries to come after that one, but OWEN Almighty's 3 lengths in front. Chancer McPatrick, a final 16th. Hill Road up the inside. It's OWEN Almighty in front. OWEN Almighty by 4. OWEN, the all-powerful OWEN Almighty, wins the Tampa Bay Derby. Chancer McPatrick was second. Third went to Hill Road. Patch Adams fourth.
OWEN Almighty putting on a show, taking the Lamb Home South Tampa Bay Derby, and now he's going to put on another show. He's going to make 50 Kentucky Derby qualifying points disappear.
Now, I was going to say, if we stick to the plan, based on this
you
performance,
think there's some wiggle room?
I wonder if you just at least reconsider a little bit. Look, the pace was much softer than the Sam Davis, and I think that's something that you have to factor in. That Sam Davis, OWEN Almighty and John Hancock went hammer and tong. They went about 10 lengths slower here today.
John Hancock's considered a serious contender on the road, and we're going to find out more about him. You're right. Well, how does initially this final time, a mile and a 16th, 1:42 and 3, how does that strike you?
It sounds pretty reasonable, honestly. I'd have to go back and look at the rest of the card. We've seen some pretty quick times earlier. I think of the first-time starter for Rapoli that went out and strutted his stuff. That was a fast clocking, but this seems pretty legitimate. Good effort from a good horse. I'll be very curious to hear from Brian Lynch.
All right.